3D problems need 3D solutions, and you've heard me talk a lot about the fact that back pain and joint pain in particular is something that lots of people and lots of practitioners for generations have looked at in isolation. They've looked at purely a shoulder, they've looked at purely a neck, they've looked at purely a hip, without seeing the person as a whole. And things have fluctuated in and out. And I think that's got two problems. One thing is because people are so busy and tend to get really laser focused in, it's really hard for them to take a step back and maybe consider that what they've been doing for however long might not be the best solution or might have to be adapted. And as human beings, I definitely see that while we want to be highly adaptable, we also have a belief system that is very strong, and we don't want to in any way, as health practitioners, think that maybe we haven't been providing the best quality of care for our patients. And I completely see that point of view, and why I think it's so important to have a 3D solution, particularly when it comes to back pain, is that we need to look at not only the strength of the tissue, but we also need to look at how that tissue or how that area is interacting with the areas around it, and the more wide-ranging effects that could have. So not just direct effects, but also indirect effects. Like I've said in previous videos, one of the most common complaints I get from patients after treatments is that they get pain in other areas of their body. I may have treated a neck and they suddenly start noticing more pain in their shoulder. Oftentimes when I've treated people with knee arthritis, then they start getting more pain in their lower back. And this is because indirectly they start moving differently. And so there you may have fixed one problem. You've in a way you've altered the movement in another area, and that's caused problems itself. Now, is there any way to predict this? With clinical time and expertise, I do tend to see that I get better and better, but it's not an exact science. And I know patients really want it to be an exact science, it's just not. We're getting better and better at having an educated guess, but we do the best we can with what we've got, and we need to really combine clinical experience with the latest research with proven physiological principles. And that's why it's a never-ending battle. We'll never be to perfection, and that's something that we have to be okay with. And patients also need to accept that I don't know a single doctor out there or a chiropractor, physiotherapist that's not giving their absolute best every day. It's just unfortunate, we're all humans, and we've got our limitations. And that's why working in a team, a multidisciplinary team, where you can bounce off one another, where you can have a neurosurgeon and a chiropractor or a general practitioner working together to bring their particular strengths to the field is so incredibly important. And particularly when we're talking about what we're really trying to pioneer, and that is regenerative medicine to help with degenerative disc disease or chronic back pain and neck pain. We really need a team to see the whole picture, because it's too much for one person or one specialty to control by itself. We really need to be a multidisciplinary approach, and we need to work off one another and work synergetically, okay? So that's what we're doing, and I'm so proud as part of the Phoenix group that I'm part of. And even if my expertise is more in the biomechanical diagnosis and application of regenerative medicine, in addition to our other treatment modalities, I have specialists that are some of the world's best in processing and harvesting of biomaterials. That may be stem cell, that may be exosomes, that may be PRP, so that we have the best possible product. And that just makes my life easier, and it just gives our patients, in my clinical experience, some great results. But of course, it's a never-ending struggle to find out how to improve and how to make sure that we provide more evidence that we can be definitive about what we do. Because at the moment, while we see lots of clinical improvements, there's a lot of research that still needs to be done.